How are you?
How are you, man? So great to see you. Thanks for joining. So appreciate you.
It's a pleasure, man. Thank you for having me.
It's awesome, dude. How's it feel to be the algorithm?
Fucking, I'm not looking. It's not my problem. There's no version of me that's fucking scrolling shit trying to find things. I'm good. That's the only thing on my phone.
That's it. It's all you need. It's all you need. Oh man, if it's okay with you, just want to talk about your journey, jiu-jitsu, Rickson, your path, your artist journey, man. Just have some fun. Does
Okay,
that work for you?
sure. Do you know about all the other weird shit that I do? Because like people always find out that I've done weirder shit, and then they end up talking about that at the end and going like, "Oh fuck, should have talked about that." So I don't know what you know about me.
That's good. I did some research. It's just all good, man. We'll bring it up and we'll get it going, man.
I'm easy, man. Whatever
That's
you want to talk about, I'm
let's
cool.
let's fucking go. Let's do it. Here we go.
All right, let's
Chris
do this.
Burns, welcome to Built Not Bored.
Hi. Let's get
Chris,
weird.
it's going to get weird. Let's get it. Chris, for the listeners who may not be familiar with you and your work, who are you and what do you do?
My work. I am Chris Burns. I teach jujitsu whether you like it or not. Like actual like Gracie jujitsu, like that stuff that's old that nobody likes anymore, and it's like it's evolved. Like no, nobody would ever use that in a real altercation. That shit. I teach Bullshido McDojo stuff.
They're the stuff that doesn't work but does work. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
Chris,
weird. All the police and the military keep
yeah,
hiring me to teach them Bullshido. It's fucking weird,
it's
man.
freaking, isn't it wild? It's just like if you're not upside down with like strobe lights blinking and like you're not inverted, it doesn't work, right? Oh my God, it's so
I
crazy. It's
shit you not, man. I was in a place in Singapore and I was teaching privates. We rented out space, and halfway through the private, they turned the lights off and they had a fucking laser thing and they had dance music. Not a joke. Not a fucking joke.
what do you do with
So there
that?
is places that do that shit.
What do you do with that? What do you do with that when they start the
I
lasers
don't
come on?
know. I fucking loved it. I thought it was cool as shit.
Oh
Fuck yeah,
man.
man. Something exciting.
Yeah. So hey, just start. Let's start like all the way back from the beginning. Do you remember the first time you stepped on the jujitsu mat?
Uh, well, I started out by stepping onto a judo mat. I didn't know there was a difference.
Right.
So, and the internet will have you know that there is no difference, and everyone stole everything from everybody who stole something from everybody. The internet needs to calm down. Like, there's a lot of people out there that have a lot of spare time and they got nothing going on in their life and they want to argue about the dumbest shit, like viciously typing shit while they're on the toilet. Everything's a remix. Everything came from everywhere. Calm down. What was it? My first experience was walking onto a judo mat and getting made fun of because I couldn't do the warm up. So I was really not happy with my first experience.
Yeah.
Then I ended up finding out that jujitsu is completely different and it was right down the road all along. Yay, I'm going to go in there. I went in there and I got beat the shit out of by a fucking 14-year-old kid. I was like, I should probably learn how to do this. And it turned out that wasn't even a real academy. Somebody just put some mats down in a gym, and it was a purple belt from another academy teaching. I didn't understand belts. I didn't understand knowledge, no professionalism whatsoever. Fuck it, let's fight, and I'll tell you what to do. And I remember the first thing was like, get out of the guard. I was like, fuck's a guard? All right. Terrible experiences all around. I never had a good first fucking time for the first 10 years.
Wow. And then at what point did you run into the Gracie side of the family?
It was always there because we had Gracie in action and we had Choke, like because we had
Yep.
VHS tapes when I started. Like for real, there was VHS tapes when I started. I'm fucking old, man.
I'm with you, dude. I'm with
uh
you.
yeah, no, it's a whole new world where people are like, oh, I've never seen video of you competing. Like, where does the word video come from? Because are you nobody's carrying around a giant fucking thing to film people back then. The phones started probably around purple, like smartphones and shit.
Hmm.
I had a
Yeah.
Nokia when I
Yeah.
started. It was like a brick. Like we didn't have phones and all that shit. So I didn't know that I could like learn other things. I thought what I was raised with was a crayonch. I don't know if that's still a thing anymore, but it used to be like the trader would go to another academy.
Hmm.
So I stayed at my academy. And all I was learning from was those VHS tapes
Mhm.
for the start of it and whatever they were teaching me, which they weren't. Like I was barely learning anything. I would see someone do something, I'd try and replicate it. So my first real introduction to the Gracies was I'd had enough at some point, and I ended up really going out of my way to find Gracie University
Mhm.
because I heard that they teach the combatives.
Yep.
So the Holy Grail was the book, the Elio book.
Mhm.
That didn't exist for a long time. Then there was this mythical 40 lessons that you were supposed to know before you did jujitsu. Then there was Gracie University, and that was kind of my segue into, oh shit, this is completely different stuff. This is what I wanted to do, but I'm doing Z guard.
Mhm.
I'm doing Barambolos. Like I never wanted that. This is what I wanted.
Mhm.
So I just relentlessly pursued that from then on to my, I would say detriment. Like a lot of people don't like me now because I like it more than I like the sport.
Yeah.
So okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know we were supposed to have the same hobbies so
Yeah.
that we could be friends.
Y-
Shit, my bad.
Yeah. Yeah. The university, like the combatives, like that was basically my introduction. I started at Maxercise, which was the first
Cool.
BJJ gym on the East Coast in Philly under Steve Maxwell. And
Dave Maxwell, man,
yeah, yeah,
dude.
absolutely. Got my blue belt there. And it was like it was VHS, and every now and then Helson or Hordion or like Hoist would come in. And then you learn from the source like once a year or so. But then like the tapes came out, and then all of a sudden, years later, you got the combatives, like Henry Huron put the university up. They put the combatives up, and you actually could stop it and rewind it and watch it. They got so much
Yeah.
shit for that. So much shit for putting that stuff online. But
Oh, I
like
know.
fucking the whole
And now
world.
everything is online.
Everything's crazy. Go first. You always get
I feel
smacked
like,
when you go first, right? Um,
oh God, man, those poor guys. Like, for real, I respect it. I feel the same way that, like, so when they did it, you could get a blue belt online. I don't agree with that because I think you have to suffer. It's not a stolen valor thing. It's kind of like quality control. And I understand the idea and I respect the idea of having the knowledge readily available and sharing the knowledge. Yeah, I have nothing but respect for that. Then Rickson was like, no, you can't get a blue belt out of that. And they did a white belt with a blue bar.
mhm.
And that's like that's cool. That's fine. I like that. I think that's a cool idea, but I also don't like throwing in extra belts at this point. It just ends up being like you got 30 belts to get to this thing. It's a whole money thing for me. I never cared about belts, and I came up in a place that didn't give a shit about belts.
Mhm.
Like they really didn't give a shit about belts. Like, hey, you gotta just throw a belt at you when you're beating up another brown belt. You're like, ah, and now yeah, you're a black brown belt. Like, all right, cool. It wasn't a thing. But I can understand the gamification aspect of people wanting to achieve small goals as they go.
Mhm.
When it came to the university, I agree with spreading knowledge. I don't agree with the belts in general.
Mhm.
Like I don't know. There's a lot of content there to talk.
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah.
waste your audience's time.
Yeah.
I don't know what they want to hear from me. Dick joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hang
There's-
on.
what? Like,
I'm funny.
yeah. Perfect. That's right. What do you think? Oh, blue belt. I know back in the day, with like a blue belt would be like maybe if you were traditional Gracie school, like white to blue, you could do the combatives. You could perform those like maybe 36 moves. Like from your perspective today, 2025, when's someone ready for a blue belt?
Oh, when they can invert into a leg lock.
Yeah.
It's completely different art now. And so I always have to backpedal on this, and I'm not backpedaling or being a paper tiger. I was tapping out black belts with leg locks before they were cool. Go fuck yourself. Like I remember me and my friend were doing specifically a lot of Dean Lister shit
Mhm.
way back in the day. We were doing a lot of catch wrestling and leg locks, and we were like secretly tapping out black belts with this mythical art that nobody's allowed to do. It's like, this is the shit. This
Mhm.
is the best, man. I'm tapping out higher belts. It's extremely useful stuff. So when you hear me make fun of leg locks, know that I'm a leg locker. But I also care more about Gracie Jiu Jitsu as a form of self defense than I do about winning an imaginary game that we keep making new rules for every couple of years.
Mhm.
Like this is still being made. Like the idea of jujitsu as a sport is this whole new thing.
Yep.
So you have these sport academies, and they've kept the tradition of belts, but they're wearing no gi.
Yep.
It's this whole gamification thing. Every school is going to have their own opinion and their own version of a belt, and I can't pronounce it, but it was a Ryu. So like every club has their own version.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
can't give a be all end all thing, but I know under the JJGF, which is what I choose to be under, which is
Mhm.
Jiu-Jitsu Global Federation, Rickson Gracie,
Yep.
belts are not a thing outside of competition. If you learn the entire syllabus of self-defense, you're never awarded anything
Mhm.
at all. I guess that's one reason nobody wants to fucking do it because
Yeah.
they don't get anything out of it other than knowledge. So God forbid you want knowledge. You want validation. You want some kind of external validation. Like I've got the cool shirt now. I'm cool. I've got the belt. I've got the thing. I've got everything. I achieved things. No, that's never that shouldn't be. But it's not my goal, and it's not a lot of other people's goals. The belts are specifically there for competition.
Mhm.
So white to blue under, I don't know, let's pick a lineage. Who knows what it is? Because I actually don't know the belting structure for a lot of different academies. I know the belting structure for some academies.
Mhm.
Like, here's your test. Here's your 30 moves. Demonstrate them. All right, cool. That's the exact same as Henry and Hedon did. And you're shitting on them?
Mhm.
Like, yeah, but they're there. I can see them. You can see them on the camera on the fucking computer too. I think for me personally, a blue belt should understand basic principles.
Mhm.
And when I say basic principles, I want them to understand how to get out of all of the holds. So this is my version, my choice, nobody else's. My blue belts should be able to get out of a bear hug, front, back, over, under, etc., rear grab, all of the basic grab defenses. I don't need them to know a Kimura from the guard. I don't want them to end up on the ground. But now they're on the ground. On the ground, I want them to understand distance management from the guard and how to stand up and get away. That's it. I'm happy. So as far as I'm concerned, that's my version of a blue belt is survival, not winning the fight. Survive the fight, get away. Come
Mhm.
back and learn more. Meanwhile, I'm watching my students spar. And as they're sparring, if it's a white belt doing really good stuff and they tap out a blue belt, that's probably a blue belt. Probably a blue belt.
Yep.
There's no unified standard, and that's what everybody argues about. Because I've got, was it? I had a blue belt in the desert that went to a sport club, and they were teaching some like 30-step inversion tactic to a leg lock Ashigarami thing. Like shit that even I don't know. That's too much.
Mhm.
Really, I needed that whole bunch of shit. And they looked at him and looked at his belt and made fun of him. Like, oh, you're a blue belt and you don't know how to do this. Meanwhile, when the teaching was done and they all sparred, he tapped them out,
Mhm.
and none of the black belts could tap him out. So I don't know. I feel like I'm onto something.
Mhm. Yeah.
Might not be the coolest, newest thing, but I've got some pain in the asses to roll with that
Yeah.
nobody likes rolling with.
Yeah. Because when you understand the principles and the why behind things, you can almost work you don't need the technique. You just have a principle you go off of, and you can kind of work your way out of like bad situations by using like push pull, leverage, distance management, that stuff there. And it's not a technique. You kind of just feel which way your body can roll, or where your hips go, and the distance and connection. When you understand that, I don't know what I just did, but or the person doesn't know what they just did, but they did something and they're safe. You know what I mean? They're out of that bad position, right?
Dude, if you give students basic parameters, like God forbid you ecologically dump them in the deep end, but you literally tell them what their goal is
Yeah.
and you give them some tools to achieve the goal. Now, not everybody wants to spar. Not everybody wants to roll around on the ground. It's a weird hobby, just so you know.
Mhm.
Outside of our little fishbowl, this is a very stupid hobby. Like we roll around on the ground trying to submit each other. Come on, dude, read a book. It's a very strange world that we're creating and being so defensive about. The whole idea of jujitsu, the original plan was efficiency,
Mhm.
self defense. Doesn't matter if you're bigger, stronger, blah, blah, blah. Now, God forbid we said that to sell this,
Mhm.
because that's where it became like, oh, they're just selling snake oil. You got to be the toughest to survive. Like, no, you need to be a bit smarter to survive. The whole point of this, the whole reason it exists, is efficient self defense. Now, put it on display, we'll create the UFC so we can show how efficient this is against all the other cool martial arts. What's happened with the UFC? It's not that anymore. It's
Mhm.
two athletes athleting each other. Now, it doesn't diminish their martial arts skills, but it puts them within parameters and shit.
Mhm.
My God. Like, it's a whole nother world where people are complaining about the stupidest shit. Also, rigging fights, that's new.
Mhm.
Who would have thought? It's a bread and circus from day one. You put all that shit on show. With the Gracies, the thing I fell in love with was it's self-defense and it's for everyone, not for the tough.
Mhm.
If I wanted to do something for the tough, I would have done that because I was tough. Not tough,
Mhm.
not tough, not smart, but smart enough to know I'm not tough,
Yeah.
right? So the idea of learning those basic foundational movements, if I have a student that understands the guard is for guarding themselves, not for doing an inverted heel hook,
Mhm.
I did my job. That.
Yeah.
If I'm going to have a student that's going to compete, I need to tell them those parameters in that context.
Mhm.
I can't just go throw them in the deep end and be like, all right, this is what everybody's doing these days. Go do this.
Mhm.
Well, what was my student's goal? Did my student want to learn how to survive an altercation? Or did they want to win a gold medal in an imaginary sport?
Mhm.
So context is everything. And then you put in the parameters and then you can put in the knowledge.
Yeah, that's great. Someone walks in off the street, say, you know what, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I want to do it. What's the first lesson look like?
Well, I've got an entire syllabus that I teach. I have a essentials syllabus where it's about 30 something lessons and you can teach them in any order. God forbid that I'm trying to do the same thing that the university does because they did it right.
Mhm.
They've got the foundational stuff that you can just come in anytime and you learn something useful. I appreciate the shit out of that. So I take all of Gracie Jiu Jitsu and I put it in logical order. Now, and that's not diminishing the university's standards because they teach very important things. But I preferred their term reflex development drills.
Mhm.
You would have a move that leads into a move into a move.
Yep.
So I took years out of my life organizing classes to where we start standing, we go ground, we go back standing. Everything should have context and order. That should make sense. So the first class, there's two versions of this. When I have a student that comes in off of the street, I'll give them that good old fashioned Gracie 10-minute demo, right? You teach them one move that makes sense while the other students are warming. Outside of that, we do every 2 weeks an introduction to the invisible art of jujitsu. Long title. So, an introduction to the invisible. So, understanding Rickson's jujitsu. Every fortnight, we have a free class. You come in, I show something. If it makes sense and it resonates, join the class. Feel free to hop in. And I don't force my students into sparring. There's an advanced class. The advanced class, I teach jujitsu versus jujitsu concepts, and then they do rounds. So I think the basic foundation of jujitsu is self-defense, and the basic foundation of self-defense is the invisible aspect that Rickson teaches. Everything after that is noise. I'll show you how to get out of a dog fight. I'll show you how to deal with the bulldog choke. A lot of dog things.
I appreciate you sharing that. One of the reflex development drills during COVID, my one son, we did the bully proof way back in the day. And then we get to COVID. He's, I don't know, he's 15 and our academy shut down. So I was doing some videos for our Facebook page, the academy I teach at. And after about maybe the fourth or fifth one we videoed, he goes, like, after we're done, like, can I learn this? I'm like, freaking let's go. And we would do the,
That's awesome.
for like a year, we did the reflex development drills, like the combatives on the mat. And it's awesome. Like, it's so cool that like doing like those reflex development drills. That's just such great timing. And I don't know, it's great stuff. Like, I could see where the value is there. You mentioned Invisible BJJ and Rickson. When did you first meet Rickson? And then did you specifically seek him out? Was it a chance meeting? How did you first run into Rickson?
Specifically was seeking Rickson for a long time because for like, oh, well over a decade, like 20 years, you would hear these rumors on the grapevine about like this mythical warrior that is Rickson. And everyone's seen Choke and shit,
Yeah.
and he's in his fucking Speedos, and it's just the best. I'm sorry that he brought some chivalry to a shitty game. Like he literally was like, no, I'm not gonna punch him in the eye. Like there's so many cool things just in watching Choke. You're like, wow, what a fucking cool cat, man. That's really, you know, impressive. Hearing all the mythical shit, like you just have no idea what it feels like. You just don't understand jujitsu until you roll with him, and it makes no fucking sense that he does something so simple. And to this day, there's jackasses around the world. They're like, yeah, but today's standards, he'd get fucked. You don't know what you're talking about because you've never felt that. Like, if you see a giant tidal wave, it's like, I could surf that. Like, you're fucking retarded. Like, the hubris. And people make fun of me for having an ego about this. Like, I just fucking love Hickson. Like, dude, it's really good. I'm sorry you don't know what it's like. Maybe one day you can taste that flavor and go, oh, I like that flavor now. Like, you don't blow up a mountain because you couldn't fucking climb it. I heard all this great shit about someone who was like genuinely doing the art, not having to be strong, not having to be fast. He was the perfect representation of this thing that I'd been searching for, right? I kept my ear to the ground and I never got close. Like I would end up getting to go to all the other Gracies because everybody else would come over. And at some point, I heard that there was a Rickson Gracie black belt. And he is, but he isn't because he is, but isn't because this is the stupidest pseudo political hobby anyone has ever made up. He's under Takamasa Watabe, who is under Rickson, who is also under Crone, but also trains with Rickson. But no, he's a Crone black belt under Rickson. Politics. He teaches the connection principles and the base principles of Rickson Gracie Jiu Jitsu like no one else I've ever met. He is a gentleman. His name is Jason Robic. I heard that he was teaching a seminar and I said, oh, I'm in. I dropped everything. I went out there and he taught the hip escape. And the hip escape was the first time I actually learned jujitsu. And when I say jujitsu, I mean efficiency, not a collection of moves that have to be held together with athletics and HGH. I found the most efficient, and people always give me shit about that. I'm not pinning one person when I say that. I'm pinning all of you. Fuck you. The idea of that one thing on the ground, the hip escape, is base,
Yeah.
is connection, is invisible. That was my introduction. After I met Jason, I said, can I be under you? He's like, yes, I guess. And he just deals with me to this day. I leave him alone. After that was searching out every single person I could get my hands on that teaches Rickson's jiu-jitsu because I was like, I'll never meet Rickson. It'll never happen. And within the year, I met Rickson. So like I was chasing down Jack Taufer, and Jack has shared everything because he's under was under Dave, is under Rickson politics. He shared every ounce of knowledge that he could with me, right? So I've been collecting. It's like a Lego castle of Rickson. Like Rickson would do this, this, and this because there's always a positive and a negative. That's the thing, by the way. There's never here's a move. Like, well, what if he resists the move? There's the move here. Okay, well, what if he does this? Moves here, moves here, moves here, here. It's this mixture of moves. It's a concept, not I'm gonna do this. And I can't say Taraka Plata anymore. Like I don't want to get in trouble. He's such a nice guy. It's just a funny name. I can't do the Gogo Plata. Like, all right, I'm gonna make the Gogo Plata happen. Why don't you make wrestle fucking happen? That's all you're doing. You should feel what the partner's doing. So Jack introduced me to all of that. And then for about 10 years, Rickson has been putting up. I just follow him relentlessly. I remember in Torrance, I was at a seminar and he knew my name. I was like, yeah. He said, Chris. He didn't say, hey, champion. He didn't say, hey, boss. He's like, this asshole's still here. And I've been here ever since. So.
I think the first time I saw you on the Rickson Academy, you're doing like neon belly escapes. Like he's showing like the neon belly escape, like grab the leg and
It
go
would
underneath.
never work in the
It'll never
highest
work.
level of competition.
Crazy.
Fucking the internet, some brown belt in Idaho was like, that would never work. Not to diminish belts. I'm sure you're the toughest guy that ever fucking fought, but oh my God. Rickson has no idea what he's doing.
It's fucking crazy. Isn't it crazy? It's so crazy. I'm the big Jocko Willink fan, and someone asked Jocko once. Jocko rolled with Rickson and trained with him back in the day, and they said Jocko, and we're talking Navy SEAL, fucking like Special Forces, Iraq, like crazy. They go, Jocko, what's it like rolling with Rickson? And Jocko said, okay, put me in your guard. Okay, let me pass. Okay, now let me mount you. Now let me choke you. That's what it's like rolling with Hickson. But you're
Dude,
trying.
it is.
But you're actually trying.
My God, it's if all right. So I think what gets lost in translation about Hickson, because everybody's like, oh, he's special. It's because you can't find the right words to try and describe what's happening. And I love that because like I love what Henzo says. Like he's a motherfucker. Like, yeah, he's a motherfucker. The thing that's happening, the concepts that make Hickson's jiu-jitsu are more important than the moves that he attaches to it, right? I feel like those words need to be said more often. When Jocko said, "All right, put me in your guard, let me pass your guard." Okay. He passed the guard because he's progressively moving forward the entire time. He's not backing away and trying to find little sneak alleys around and salsa dancing. The weight is coming forward and he's putting it in the right place. He is surfing a human being. That's the easiest way to describe it. How do you surf? You get on the board. Then what? You feel the wave? That you're supposed
Yeah.
to actually know how to feel what this person's doing. So if the wave is moving this way and you go, oh, oh, you fall off the board. If the wave is moving this way and you gently lean into the wave, you're still progressing forward. That is a much better explanation than, I don't know, he just passes my guard. Everything that you're doing, he meets it and he doesn't overdo it or underdo it. He uses it to move progressively forward to a destination. Now, how did he mount? He had base. Anytime you try and bridge to move somebody off of you, if their weight is in the right place and they're connected to the ground and connected to you, it's like trying to move a fucking house. If my foot is behind my ass and I lean my head towards your hip, doesn't matter how big you are, doesn't matter how many fucking push-ups you can do, you're not going to bridge that. You have to have the right timing and the right connection to achieve your goal. So now that concept has gone, I'm going to go to mount now. And now when you're in the mount, oh, I'm going to get your left arm in 10, 9. And you would hear those stories about that shit. It's because he threatened your neck and you had to defend with the left arm. Then he would put his weight into your tricep and push it across, and he'll take your fucking arm because you didn't know the escape. You know how to be strong. That's how all of that shit happened. It's not voodoo. The dude surfs a human. It's amazing and it's effortless because he gave his life to it. And he's just following these concepts instead of going, I need to work on octopus guard.
Mm.
I'm going to follow the basic principles of legs are in way, I pass legs.
Mm.
Mount better than side. I go mount. I break arm now. Whatever, man. Do matrix guard.
Yeah. It's
Fucking stupidest hobby.
So I find it real funny when you like your comment section sometimes. Like you have like I think you said a few weeks
I
ago.
fuck your mom with that
Yeah.
move. Oh my God, you're the greatest instructor in the entire world. I will murder your family. What the
Every
shit?
other comment is so freaking crazy. It's almost like politics. Every comment is like so off the
Almost.
freaking wall. You said once, like, oh, the media company who's Susie from Idaho says, like, they say the craziest shit. Like, that would never work. I
Oh
would
shit.
armbar you. Like, it's so. How do you put up with it, man? That's so freaking nuts.
You don't put up with it. You just don't look. Dude, I was looking for like the first couple of months I would look at it because I'm fueled with spite. Like my fuck you. Like I wake up in the morning trying to out fucking do. Like my work ethic is through the roof. Like no, I will achieve this. Go fuck yourself. Like I'm not here to fuck around.
Mhm.
So every time I would see a comment, you're an idiot. Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. I would double down even further. And then I found out like a couple months in is like the whole algorithm thing works because the woman who runs this thing, she was like, your brand. Because I was like, what the fuck's a brand? Because I remember like 5 years before any of this happened, I have a friend that worked in like video games and stuff. And I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna teach jujitsu. He's like, you need to build your brand. I was like, the fuck's a brand? And this is a smart guy. It's like way smarter than me. This is fucking half a decade before any of this happened. You need to work on building your brand before you put yourself out there in the public. I'm, okay, build my brand. This woman was telling me, this woman, Sheila, lovely woman, was telling me the best brands always have an enemy. So she's like, it's good that people disagree with you because now they're commenting, and the more they comment, the further it goes up in the pipeline of people viewing this thing. None of this makes sense to me. I was fine living in a closet and fucking eating frozen meals and fighting all day. But now the internet's like, I've never seen him roll. It's this, it's a whole nother version of my life. I preferred working in the porn store. I preferred doing comic books. But this one's more fun.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I deal with it, but having some friends that have a lot of online life,
Yeah.
like famous fucks, tell me like you can't look.
Yeah. You
You
just can't look.
can't look.
Now
If
you
you
can't.
look, your day's gone.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
day's gone.
Yeah, and the day's gone. It's almost like a few years back, I blew my knee out, the freaking knee bar. And the guy, they said I was getting the surgery, and they said, whatever you do, don't look. Don't watch the surgery before you do it because you won't do it. Like you can't look. Just don't look. Just do it. So you just don't look at the comments. You can't look. It'll fucking drive you fucking crazy.
All right, I open my phone, and when I open, it says there's your comment. So I push the button to get rid of that, and then I'll see the first three or four comments. So by default, sometimes I catch them like, that's nice, that's nice. Fucking God. And I'm like, God damn it. Now the whole day I'm gonna think about that one thing. So now I'm trying not to look to save my goddamn life.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
that's
and
good.
the stitches, that's a thing. There's human beings that will take their time out of their day to
Mhm.
refilm themselves shitting on another human
Yep.
to get people to look at them and pay closer attention to them. Whew, that's
Well,
one thing I'm not looking at.
yeah.
If I look at that, oh fuck. I somebody said that what was it? That word cringe. I got a friend who's in his like fucking late 50s and he uses the word cringe like it's a normal word, so I don't feel stupid when I say it. But he's like, no, that seems a bit cringe. I'm like, yeah, you saying cringe feels cringe. The idea of not caring about this is apparently what people are pushing. Like, if you want to grind to the next hustle, to the next achievement in your life, you have to be cringe. I was like, I'm way ahead of you. I've
You
been
know,
cringing my way through life for 43 fucking
and
years.
Chris, you mentioned about being an artist, porn shop. How about artists? How do you think you thinking like an artist has affected the way you see or teach jujitsu?
Ooh, terribly. As an artist, I'm not creative. I'm disciplined. And I keep trying to explain this to, because I used to work for an agency and the agency would send me jobs. I'm like a hitman. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, kill that person. Okay, that's it. I don't have to think about this. Draw this woman getting into the car and enjoying Tic Tacs.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. Draw that fat guy wearing boxing gloves. I'm on it. If you asked me to be creative with my art, I would sit there and cry. Like, I cannot be creative. I can be disciplined. I can learn juxtaposition. I keep making fun of juxtaposition. I can learn like the super basic principles of design,
Hmm.
right? If you put parameters around something like perspective, if something's in the foreground and the background, the foreground's going to have thicker line weight, the background has thinner line weight. That's what makes things stand out more. That's the same as jujitsu. To me, if I can have black and white, A and B equals C. Okay. A and B equals C. That makes sense to me. But if you said, draw me a city, like the line weight's the most important part of drawing the city. Like, what's the city supposed to look like? I'm not creative. I'm not going to draw something spectacular that catches your eye. I'm going to draw a city. So I feel like my utilitarian discipline nature, it goes into both lanes, but my creativity,
Hmm.
it doesn't exist. So I would always in jujitsu, when I first started for the first 10 years, I was trying every single martial art to see what I could learn that someone else didn't know so that I could surprise them on the mats. I was doing sambo, I was doing catch wrestling, I was doing anything I could get my fucking hands on to like get that secret move that no one knew, right? That's how you win. Nope. Line weight. It was supposed to be thick lines, thin lines, basic parameters, control of the middle, connection, weight distribution. I never got that. So, same over here, not creative, always open. I'm always open to different styles and how to do that. Always open to different styles and how to do that. I need my parameters and I need to understand why I'm doing something. So that's where the two of them kind of mix for
Mhm.
me. Other than that, I drew a fucking monkey holding a skull. I mean, there's nothing creative about that, dude.
Yeah. I'm doing some research. I saw the chess gorilla, the thinker monkey. Some good stuff, man. Really good.
Just put an animal in a gi and people buy it.
Yeah. Freaking
Like
oh,
it's not like a passion for me. I drew it and everyone stole it, so I let a big company use it, and now I get paid for it. And then they asked me, "Can you draw another animal in a gi?" I was like, "I could be a whore, yeah,
mhm,
dude. I want to pay my rent."
mhm.
So yeah, I sold out a long time ago.
Speaking of the online stuff, let's go student and teacher. How can today's blue belt or purple belt utilize the online instruction? Any best like practices?
Yeah, so I've got personal opinions on this. Depending on if it's a student or an instructor. An instructor is a choice. Like you choose to be a teacher. Like sometimes you're just forced into it. You're a blue belt. Now you're going to teach the kids class. It depends on the school. Someone who wants to teach is going to be passionate about teaching. And if they find the right product to teach, they're going to put their effort into that. What I do with my stuff, I make it as clear and concise as possible. And it's got QR codes. You fucking scan the QR code and you can watch me describe it. And then you go and describe it. If you want to be good at teaching, there's a lot of ways that you can go about it. You can take courses. I recommend stage presence. That's an important part of teaching that a lot of people are missing. You can have a great product, but terrible stage presence, and you're going to lose half of the audience.
Mhm,
So if you want to be a teacher, you have to have the passion and you have to have the tenacity to keep them interested,
mhm,
right? It's like Dead Poet Society kind
mhm.
of shit.
Yeah.
You capture them. You
Yep.
capture them with your love of the content. But if you're just a mouthpiece that gives information, like, fuck, I could do that with my computer. It's fine.
Mhm,
Also, being able to be hands-on with the students. So whatever you watch me teach online, I need you to be able to walk away and physically do that with a student. So I'm very verbal in what I teach. Like you need to put all your weight in your hand. The easiest way to do that is from pushing from your right foot to your left hand and leaning all of that weight into that connection. If I can describe that in English, you should be able to catch on to it. And if you do that physically to a partner, we're teaching invisible jujitsu by proxy,
mhm,
right? And I've got hope for that. I don't have a lot of hope though, because I think you really do need to feel it at
mhm,
least once.
mhm,
Because I've had Hickson explain something to me, and then I do it like for 6 months. I come back and he goes, no, and gently leans left. And I'm like, oh, damn it. It's completely different now that you gently leaned left. And
mhm,
a lot of people like no, because I don't have a lot of people that hate me that will watch podcasts. Anyone that's listening, that gentle lean left does change everything, right? So down and forward versus forward and right changes the feeling.
mhm,
So if I can say those words, hopefully they get through, but sometimes you really do have to feel it. So
mhm,
for affiliate programs for me, I make sure on a yearly basis I see my affiliate schools and I test them on base, connection, and weight distribution.
mhm.
Then I have them ask me questions and I feel if they're doing it correct. And if I can't do it, I send a partner out, one of my students, one of my instructors.
Yeah.
A student, on the other hand, to be able to learn and do this, you need to have what's called an uke. And Gracie University used to call it a good bad guy, right? It's the very American word for it, term for it. The idea is to have a partner that doesn't resist a move to prove that they're tougher than you,
Mhm,
but you have a partner that feeds the move correctly so you understand why the move works. That
mhm,
makes sense. Like to me, it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense to somebody else, they're just like willfully ignorant at this point. Like, but jujitsu has to be tested at the highest level of resistance. I'm not sure you're smart. I think that you might be dumb. The idea of they give, you take, gentle art. The highest level of resistance is not correct. Highest level of resistance is that way. So you have to understand the principles of jujitsu, not the sew it on a pillow. If it can't be done in the ring, it can never be done. Fuck
mhm,
off, cunt. The whole idea of this was he pushes this way, I take you this way. He pulls that way, I don't take you this way, I take you that way. So understanding these principles is very important for a good bad guy. If the good bad guy is going to resist you learning, get a better partner.
Mm-hmm.
Get a fucking better partner. So if you're going to be learning online, have a partner that's willing to do the process with you so they understand the feeling.
Yeah.
Because there's always a push and there's always a pull. So when you have like a video, was it because you got those jackasses, they're like, I don't need for work, I take you back. You can't because your weight goes this way. You can't take back. If you go this way, you don't do that move. You do another move. So again, if you have a partner that's willing to be open to learning instead of like very rigid within the parameters of I'm a champion, your job is to be a fucking loser. Your job is to fail and fail and fail and fail until it makes sense. So you go, oh, I got that. That makes sense now. That could help. So having a partner, if you have no friends, consider a better hobby. Go out. Join a chess club. Make friends, man. If you got no one you can work with on these, like no one wants to roll around the floor with
Yeah. So you mentioned
you.
about
Join a
the
book club, dude.
yeah, book club. You mentioned about like partners, and this gets to the part like the hard rolling versus
Mm-hmm.
the playfulness, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I remember Huron we used to do like keep it playful, and people would shit all over that idea. Like, how do you think someone gets better faster? Like, I find now, like I'm 50, I find myself getting better when I have a play, like I'll call it a playful partner. Partners give me some resistance, but they're like we're expanding each other's games, right? Where we're not going 100 miles an hour every time we go. So I find when I go
Mm-hmm.
100 miles an hour and we go super hard, either I get hurt, they get hurt, or like I'm just doing the same stuff because the resistance is so hard. I'm doing the same four moves I always do, doing the same moves I always do. But like I feel like to expand the game, if you spend a few weeks with a really good partner and you're playing and experimenting, I just feel like the game expands and you get better. What have you found?
Personal parameters help. So when I tell a student, because I get inundated with those notes of like I'm stuck at a sport academy. How do I train for this? I have to copy and paste and send the same thing. One thing that you can do is you can give yourself personal parameters for a week, for a month, that kind of thing. No matter what you're learning in class, you drill the move that the instructor showed you, you be polite, you ecologically do whatever the fuck. Then when you're sparring, your parameters today is like, I need to retain my guard. So I'm going to start from a dareable position and get back to my guard. That's it. No sweeps, no submissions, no cool inverted stuff. I will get back to my guard. Okay, next week, I'm going to stand up. No matter what's happening, I'm going to get off of the ground and stand back up. Okay, next week, I'm going to do the damn best that I can for this one submission. I'm going to keep putting myself in that one position over and over again until I get that one submission. So having personal parameters helps when you're sparring instead of, I'm going to fucking win this round. Okay, maybe you just keep losing. Now, off of that, be willing to tap more. The best people in competition are the ones that put themselves in these positions and say tap. When they tap, it's not a tap. That's what got mixed up along the way because a lot of people just roll to the death and if they say tap, I lost, I'm going home. Versus, okay, tap, stay there for a second, put it back on, and don't do the thing like, oh, if you do this, like you teach them how to tap you. Stop doing that. Don't do that. You're in a submission, you got there. Put the submission on, say tap, and then go, okay, try again and change the angle. Try again, change the angle. Now try again. Oh, I found the exit. You can start to learn how to feel that. When it comes to working with partners, flow rolling is a two-way street. Like you better have a safe word. Like, because sometimes your partner doesn't care about flow rolling and they just want to smash you. So you have to know who your partner is. So this becomes dicey because anyone that says no to rolling with someone, they're a
Mhm.
bitch. So this has become the biggest, like, this sport has become where the bullies live. It used to be like defending against bullies, and now there's nothing but bullies that shit on you. How dare you not roll? Like, oh, fuck, man. You pick your partners wisely, but you also have to step outside of your parameters when you feel comfortable, right?
Mhm.
So if you don't feel comfortable with that person that you're rolling with, it's your choice, man. You might get hurt. If I don't feel comfortable with those waves, man, they're a bit choppy today. I might
Yep.
fall off the board.
Yep.
Well, fuck, man, you're never gonna get good at surfing without falling off the board.
Yep.
So it's a personal choice. Whoever's gonna do it, personal choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't force someone to roll, and I can't force someone to not roll.
Hmm.
Every person's gonna be different, but God, just be smarter.
Yeah.
You know, be smarter.
And
Put yourself in terrible positions, man.
that's great advice. How about for a new student? When do your new students start rolling? If someone joins, they do that first lesson. When do they start? At what point do you say, you know what, you can join open mat and roll?
When they want to. If
Okay.
you're a student, you're welcome to do anything.
Okay.
My open mats are closed. My open mats are for my students. I've had terrible experiences with open mat pirates that just go from mat to mat to mat and just destroy students. This is a safe place for my guys to learn. And I got some jackass is doing like a spinning fucking heel kick thing. Like, the hell was that? You just kicked him in the face by going upside down. Yeah, well, you should have been ready for that. Get the fuck out of my academy.
Hmm.
No, members only.
Hmm.
Members take care of members.
Okay.
So if I have a brand new student, I know that my students are safe because
Hmm.
I know my students.
Hmm. That's
So
great.
my students are going to be safe and they're going to spar within their own parameters. If I have a student, like I'll have wrestlers, like hardcore wrestlers, been doing it since they were children, and they come in, they're a white belt at jiu-jitsu. They don't know any submissions, but they wrestle and they want to spar. Fuck yeah, man, go get them. If I have a woman that came in from the office, straight from the office, first class ever, do I have to spar? God, no. You want to sit down and talk? We can have a cup of tea while we watch these idiots fuck things up. So no version of me forces you out there, and no version of me keeps you from it. If you're an adult and you want to take a chance, you're an adult and you should take a chance. I
Mhm.
do respect the idea of three stripes before sparring, but then there's always those provisional things like, well, are they a black belt in judo? Just let them out there, man. Let them do their thing. They're used to the physical discomfort.
Mhm.
So I always let the student decide whether they want to, and I never force them into it.
That's great. Now, thanks for sharing that. Wrapping up with Rickson, how often do you see him these days? Like when do you know it's time
I'm
to
gonna
get
go see
together?
them in like a week.
Oh, really? Did you fly out to LA? Is that what you do? You go to LA and see him or?
He doesn't live in LA. He lives in Florida now. He's in paradise.
Oh, really? Okay, cool, cool. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I go visit him as much as he'll let me. I'm going out in a couple weeks, and then I'm going out again in a couple weeks after that. Like
So
I
cool.
want as much time with Rickson as he'll give me, man.
That
It's
is,
just great to see him in Cassia. It's great to see all my friends that come out to meet me there, and we work together. We're trying to build a bit of a team amongst each other
yeah,
to keep Gracie Jiu Jitsu pumping.
yeah,
Because the sport, man, the sport's cool, and the sport definitely has its space, and everybody's loving it. It's
yeah,
cool now.
yeah,
I want to keep the self defense alive. I want to keep Gracie Jiu Jitsu alive. So a bunch of us are getting together and like we're building a cult.
yeah.
So our
So
cult is going to keep it alive.
that's awesome. Let's say longevity. If you have someone like 50 years old, 45, they're not 20 anymore, what's some best practices to where you want to go and train and stay on the mat? Any tips like for the person that maybe is 30, 40, maybe 40, 45 years old and above, still rolling 2, 3 days, 4 days a week, maybe had a couple surgeries. How do you stay on the mat and keep it part of your life?
HGH, ice baths, TRT, kombucha, and anything else I heard in the podcast. Whatever else somebody's selling. Sitting in an infrared sauna for 35 hours straight. In order to train jujitsu at the age and the injury level, you have to understand that you're not fighting, you're defending. A good metaphor for that is like there's a time that you're a lion and there's a time that you're a rat. They're still there, man. There's if you but I'm a lion forever. You're a lion forever. You keep being a lion. There's two ways of hunting. You're stalking the prey. Fuck you, or you're waiting for the meal. There's nothing wrong with either of them. The idea of staying safe during these rounds, because I don't know what school you're in, whoever this is that I'm talking to, whatever school you're in, if you're doing blitzkrieg fucking comp rounds and you're like leg drag pass 4,000 times, yeah, my back hurts. I can't really do the leg drag pass today. Well, get the fuck off the mats. All right, man. But now you can spar. Okay. I don't know what school you're at. So if you're practicing something, there should be minimal resistance when you're practicing a movement. If you're ecologically practicing something, I'm not sure how that works anymore. Are you just positionally sparring? I'm not sure, because I love the idea of teaching something, drilling to get the movement pattern correct and feeling the deficits and having them explained. And then, okay, positional sparring rounds. So, positional sparring, let's say we're going to start with the guard today. We start in closed guard. Person on the bottom, your job, sweep, submit, or stand up and walk away. Person on the top, pass the guard, pin them down chest to chest. Half guard is not passed. If they get to the knees as they pass, you didn't pass. That's some good parameters right now. It's very ecological of me. The idea is you do that over and over and over. You've got those parameters. The whole time you had choices. Did you want to sweep? Did you want to stand up? Okay. Maybe you just survive. Maybe you just relax. You don't have to do anything. The whole point of this was for you to stay safe. It was a self defense, not a self offense. I'm not attack, 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 attack. And if you have a spazzy partner, say tap. Tap, you win, man. Tap, you win. Good job. You're doing really good today. You're an animal. Look at you. You got football at 3? Tap. You're supposed to learn how to stay safe. So if you are injured and if you are older, the whole point was staying safe to begin with. And I'm not saying lay there like you can't choke me. I can punch you. You can't punch me. You can punch them. Stop lying to yourself. Learn how and where you can stay safe. And if your instructor doesn't have that answer, I have it. Just fucking download my shit.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing. That is very helpful. Chris, I just wanted to wrap it up here. I want to transfer real quick to a part of the interview we call Share Your Secrets, so our listeners can get to know you a bit more as a person.
You already did.
How about Chris? How about
It's free on the internet.
when you need to clear your mind and recharge your body, what do you do?
You're on the ocean. So I do breathing exercises by the ocean a lot.
Nice.
Because I live right next to the ocean and I feel calm when I'm with the ocean. And there's a set of rocks up the top looking down on it. I'll walk up there and I do breathing exercises to calm down. Now, if I can't get the ocean, I still do breathing exercises. So I think it's one of those missing pieces of life where people don't talk about it enough, but being able to regulate yourself through breath work is important to me. And whiskey, like if I'm having a bad fucking day, whiskey,
Yeah.
tequila.
How about coffee wise? Yeah, I always see with the coffee. What's your what's your coffee? What's your bean? Thou shalt not
What's what?
shall not partake in decaf. That is awesome.
Bonus cup.
Yeah. What's your bean? You have a favorite roast?
It's a favorite roast? Black.
Yeah. Any type of.
No, I've got there's a local-ish. They're in Apollo Bay. I went to Apollo Bay with my wife one time and we found this place that makes coffee and we tried it. It was like dark and stormy or stormy seas or something like that.
The
And it's
best.
just my favorite coffee. So I just keep ordering it from them for the past few years. So
Apollo Bay. I have to try Apollo
love
Bay.
black coffee.
Yeah, I love a dark roast. There's nothing better than dark roast coffee in the morning. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
So good.
Freaking, you put
And
anything in it? You put anything in it?
no, I just like it black.
Yeah.
There's one version that I do. It's called a farmer's breakfast. So I put it in a mocha press. Do you know what
Yeah.
that is?
Yeah.
Okay, so I do a mocha press because my wife's Italian as fuck,
Yeah.
and she put me onto this.
Yeah.
You do a mocha press. You take an egg, you crack an egg, put it in the
Oh,
coffee cup. You put a little bit of sugar. I put stevia, and
yeah.
then you blend it up. So there's like push blenders.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what
Like a
do you call
frother.
that?
Yeah.
Not a
Yeah.
blender or something like that. So you blend it up and it becomes foamy. Then you pour in the mocha on top. So you're drinking an egg with coffee. And they would call it the farmer's breakfast in Italy. And I love the shit out of that.
Let's
So egg
go.
coffee.
That sounds phenomenal. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, it's good. I'm
Yeah.
sure you can put something else in there, but I
Yeah.
like it that way.
How about book wise? Has there been a book that's changed your mind or the most impactful to you? You have a favorite book or author?
Martin Heidegger's Being in Time. I have never hated philosophy more in my life than reading that book.
Being in
So that
Time.
changed my view on philosophy because I think it's dumb.
Wow.
You're writing it down like you're going to read it. Don't read it.
Okay.
The Dacian of the Dacian of your Dacian is going to hate you. Book wise, I love fiction more than I love workbooks, books that have changed my life. I know I say it a lot, but unfortunately, Fight Club. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And that was given to me as a gift way after I'd seen the movie,
Uh-huh.
and the book is wonderful because it's a comedy. It's genuinely a comedy, and the author is, I don't know, man, I'm a really big fan of his work, but he shines through his work more than the work 90% of the time. I don't know if that makes sense. It's more like I'm reading his feelings through another character, not the story.
Yeah.
As far as stories are concerned, I really enjoyed Tim Sandlin. The Grovant trilogy is good. Skip Parts, Social Blunders. Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for
Yeah.
Meaning. That's a good book.
That's
That's a very
amazing.
good book.
That changed your life reading that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one quite a bit. I try and push that one on people. What else? There's a set of books that I kind of just open a page and I look at. And I just like, okay, I just enjoy like a little stanza on the day.
Hmm.
And there's I got three of them right here. The Art of Peace,
Okay.
that one.
Yep.
Zen Lessons in the Art of Leadership, that one. And The Art of War.
Love that. I got
So
that one.
just,
That's so
yeah,
great.
just
Oh my gosh.
phenomenal book. I got a lot of Musashi stuff as well, but just opening the book to a random page on the day and it gives you something to kind of think about in the background so that you're
Yeah.
not sitting there going like, oh, I wonder if the Phillies are going to win.
Yeah.
Like, I want to think about something a little bit more important with what little time I have
Yeah.
to exist, you know?
Yeah.
So I try and free up that. Oh, collection of wisdom from Oscar Wilde.
Yeah.
So like just
Little
these
thing.
tiny little things.
Yeah.
It's a very sad thing that nowadays there is so little useless information around. It's just lovely to have Oscar Wilde sitting around.
One thought in the morning to start the day. You spend like 5 minutes reading Oscar Wilde or Sun Tzu for two, 3 minutes, just changes your perspective of the day, doesn't it?
A little bit of Dorothy Parker goes a long way. He gets sassy during the day. So for real, like I remember because I have a stack of books on the kitchen table and I have my coffee and while my kids playing, I'll read a little something. Sometimes I'm in a book, like I'm currently trying to read three full books at the same time. And I got an injury and I couldn't do anything. I'm like, I'm in too much pain to be able to read. So I got to get back to those.
Hmm.
But every morning I read a little something. That way it's sitting in my head for the rest of the day. And Dorothy Parker makes me a catty bitch.
Mm.
Every time I read her in the morning, the rest of the day is like, just how many sassy things can I say for a day? So
Guys,
I highly recommend anything Dorothy does.
wrapping up here, it's three
No
questions.
one's gonna read it.
No,
No one's gonna read her.
how about this? Chris, we spoke about a lot, man. Invisible Jiu-Jitsu, you starting as a comic book artist, your time with Rickson. If you could have everyone listening take just one lesson away from everything we discussed, what would that lesson be?
Calm down. It's just a hobby. Stop making this the focal point of your life. Martial arts is a beautiful way to view your life. The constant pursuit of excellence, the constant pursuit of efficiency. I think that's a noble thing, and I think everyone should pursue that. There's a lot of people that have taken jujitsu and made it their personality. This is them. Without this, I am nothing. And you don't see that. Take a step back from yourself and look at yourself from different angles and think about who you are as a person. You're in a community of people and they're all trying to do good things for each other and for themselves. Don't be offended when somebody doesn't want to go upside down, and don't get mad when somebody tries to teach you a sport move and you just don't want to get punched in the face. Both sides are fine. Calm down. Everybody needs to chill the fuck out because this is a stupid hobby. The martial art is the important thing to take away from this. The community is the important thing to take away from this. Be happy about the fact that you're physically doing something with another human being and you're connecting with them. Calm the fuck down. Calm all of your tits. All of them. Calm them. Life
Yes.
is awesome. Life is fucking cool. Chill.
Fuck, that's freaking great. I love that. Thank you. Two fun questions to wrap this up. First one, we asked this to all the guests. Chris, if you could spend a day with anyone, famous or not famous, alive or dead, who would you spend the day with?
to hang out with my wife and my kid. That's awesome.
Awesome.
My mom and dad were here. That'd be cool as shit. Just
That's
hang out
fun.
with my family,
Fucking great.
alive or dead. Fuck yeah, man. They're alive still. I got a
Yeah.
chance.
That's fucking great, dude. Dude, that's a
Let's narrow that question down. How about like if you could hang out with anyone who's dead? Because I don't have an option on that. If I could hang out with somebody who's dead, uh, oh, that's interview. We hit pause. There's so many choices. There's a lot of dead people that I wouldn't mind getting to. I don't want to meet anybody who's dead that I appreciate their work because I might not appreciate their work.
yeah, you might fucking hate them. You know what I mean? Don't meet your heroes.
Oh, I don't want to lose them. So I need to meet like a public figure or something. Roosevelt. I would meet Theodore Roosevelt. I
I'll be
would hang
great.
out with him and do push-ups.
Yeah. Dude, judo in the White House. You know
Fuck,
what I
I
mean?
would box Roosevelt.
Yeah. That's fun. How great would that
That's
be?
it. Dude, I would go in the ring with Roosevelt and I would eat a steak and go hiking in a national park.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Oh my God.
There you go.
Fucking
That's a
yeah.
good answer.
That's fucking
I think
great.
Shatner would be fun though, by the way. I would hang out with William Shatner because he's
Okay.
still alive and he's awesome.
Dude,
I want to eat scallops with William
he's
Shatner.
like 109 and he looks like he's 70 years old. Like he's like it's crazy.
He does not look like he's 70. He looks like a bloated gray bag of I smoke cigars and drink every day. He is an anomaly to be alive because his passion for life outlived his body. I'm not making fun of him. It's like a giant fucking sack of meat still exists. Like, live! Every moment of existence for him is the fucking coolest thing ever. And I
Yeah.
love that about him.
Fucking
There's
yeah.
nothing I enjoy more than watching him exist. So, given the chance, I would hang out with Shatner.
That was
I would
fun.
hang out with my wife, my son,
It's,
and William Shatner.
it's,
That'd
let's
be cool as
go.
shit, man.
Beam me up, Scotty. You go get beamed up. That'd be freaking awesome. That's so great. Chris, last question.
Yeah.
Chris Burns, if you had to get a quote tattooed on your body, what would that quote or motto say?
Well, first off, you're talking to a guy who has a butt tattooed on his butt. So I'm not sure there's going to be any like heavy connotation to this. And I also have quotes written all over me. So, should I just pick one?
Just pick one. I think just pick one. Pick your
I
favorite.
just pick all. This one says Dead Hearts Club. This one is We Belong Dead. Further on up the road. That one, you can't read it, but that says chicken fried rice. And that one right there, that says beef fried rice. There, that says the future is uncertain and the end is always near. This one says home I'll never be. And that one says bliss. I think that's it. And then there's a butt tattoo on my. So if I had to get something else tattooed on me, let me think. Um, hmm. What would be a good thing for me to remember? It's just a ride.
It's just a ride.
Yeah,
Fuck
Bill
yeah,
Hicks. It's just a ride. It's
man.
just a ride.
It's
There you go.
just
Get that tattooed on your ass.
like I'm on it. I'm
Just a
on
ride.
it. It's just a ride,
No regrets.
and I think the future is what would you? What's the future one you said? The future is always
Future's uncertain and the end is always near.
wow. I think
That's why you might
that
as well have a beer in a back cabana. That's
absolutely.
Jim Morrison.
Man, I think that is about as good as a spot as any to wrap this up. Chris Burns, dude, I'd like to first off thank you for joining us, dude. Thank you for your amazing content online. I've been training for 20 years and I learn something every freaking time I watch you teach something, even the most basic
But it would
stuff.
never work at the highest level of competition. You know this,
I would never
right? And
work.
the
Yeah.
sport guy would just blitz you.
I'd like to thank you, man, for sharing your knowledge, making jiu-jitsu fun, promoting the art. And Chris, if people are looking for you and what you do online, where can we find your stuff?
I should know this by now. Look up the BJJ project. And I know we've got some phenomenal people on there. So far, we've got Chris Howder and Charles Negromonte. So if you want the two polar opposite ends of the spectrum, like there's me and then there's Charles. Charles is phenomenal with the sport under Hodger. And then there's me, phenomenal. Me just doing what I do and just dealing with it. And then you have a living legend of Chris Howder there.
Mhm.
So BJJ Project is building a platform for really important content. So check them out. I have a Podia page somewhere. Look up Zero Point
See
Gracie
some.
Jiu-Jitsu Podia.
I see some of
You
your
probably
like seminars are online. I see some you have a couple like
yeah,
mount seminar. I
yeah,
see
yeah,
a
yeah.
bunch of seminars up on your Zero Points Academy website.
My original syllabus that I wrote a few years ago for White to Blue is on there, and you can purchase the lessons and you can do them all. What else? There's Instagram. Apparently, I'm on TikTok. I'm everywhere. I don't
You're
know.
you're everywhere.
It's fucked.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's just suck it. You got to deal with me. Like it's this. Like I said, everything is spite for me. Like I got born. I'm here. Fuck you. Like I didn't ask for this shit. Like got adopted. All right, fine. Like I'm still here. Deal with it. Now I'm in your face. Fucking change a channel. I'm still here.
Yeah.
So the algorithm owns me. I don't know anything, but I am everywhere apparently. So I try and turn off every screen possible and sit by the ocean.
That's fucking great, dude. Any plans coming to the East Coast anytime soon?
Where's he? So
Like
east
Philly,
is
New York,
Florida,
Boston?
right?
What's that?
Yeah, so dude, I get a message like every fucking day. So it depends because I have to go to the Philippines. So me trying to schedule all this shit is the hardest part because I gotta fly over to America and fly back, and then I gotta fly over somewhere else and then fly back, and then back to America and then to the Philippines. So I've got a guy who books me in America, and I think he's gonna take over booking in Canada and like Mexico as well because everyone over there is trying to get me. I'll figure it out. I promise. But I think worst case scenario, I'm gonna be able to do LA and Florida. I'll just go those two because hitting the fucking road is hard.
Hmm.
And I got a wife and kid, and I want to be with my kid right now.
Yeah.
So money's great, but dude, he's 4.
Yeah.
I don't want to miss this.
Nah.
He's insane right now. So
Great
like the
age.
longer I'm away,
Yeah.
like I'll do like a little road gigs every once in a while, but I don't want to do more than 2 weeks because when I come back, he's tall.
Yeah.
I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
I missed that much of him? That's insane.
It sucks. It's
So
wild. It's a trade-off. It really is.
if people
Oh,
want to see me, I'm going to do a regular thing in LA and a regular thing in Florida because I have to land in LA and I have to go to Florida. Those are the two joints.
yeah.
And
What
if I
part of
hit
Florida?
anywhere in between,
What part?
Florida's going to be in Vero Beach.
Okay.
So I'll land in Orlando. And I
Yep.
know there's some people that want me to do things in Orlando.
Yep.
So I'll probably do something in Orlando or something big in Vero Beach. That
Hmm.
way people can come to me. Sorry, I
Yeah.
can't come to you. I'm not I don't have that much time in my life. If you
Yeah.
can spare the time to come and ask me questions, probably works better.
Yeah. My friends Christine and Drew Vogel, you're at their academy in on the east coast of Florida. I think for framework
Super
jiu-jitsu.
cool people.
Yeah, great
Yes,
people.
super cool people.
Absolutely.
Dude, I rocked up and it was like packed. Because and they were like, I didn't expect this many people. I was like, I didn't expect this many people. That's awesome.
That's fucking
So yeah, that was super cool. And I'll definitely do that again if they'll have me.
that's awesome.
Hit framework, but there's also, oh, dude, I'm a terrible person. I forgot his name. There's another guy. There's another space. There's a bunch of spaces. But I might be able to go to Arkansas because that's in between everything. I
Mhm.
could hit 3 points and people can hit one of those from everywhere. But part of me wants to go to Mexico this round so that I can see a donkey show again before I die.
Dude, I appreciate you joining. Thank you for spreading the art. Thank you for making it fun. Thanks for joining us, man. Keep rocking. Hopefully one day our paths will cross. Would love to train with you. It'd be an honor.
Be an absolute pleasure, man.
Oh, PJ, thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
All right, take care.
Take care, Chris. Thanks so much, man. You're the man. Thanks so much, brother.
No problem.
Take care.
Bye,
See you,
guys.
guys. See you, brother. Later.